Americans don't even get affordable health care right now. What the fuck makes you think immigrants do? They're not trying to take away health care for immigrants. They're trying to take away health care for you.
Is Christmas canceled? Overnight, Dollar Tree, Walmart, Target, etc., they raised their prices. They spent hourly wages to get prices ripped off all the items that were pre-priced and then just put new prices. And some of these increase are $5 to $10, almost 100% increase. If you're paying attention, the normies, they're going to say tariffs is Trump's fault. But if you're really paying attention and you sit in on Walmart's earnings call, Target's earning call, they told us they were going to do this. They said, yeah, it's not hitting everything, but we're going to raise everything because why not? Profit over people. They simply don't care. The only way everything comes down is you vote with your dollars. Don't buy their shit. Sorry, it's ugly the way it sounds, I know, but it's the only way you get things to come back down. It seems like 4 to 6 weeks ago they were complaining that nobody's buying anything, so they're going to drop prices. And now what they strategically did is they said on the most popular items, we're just going to double down and go 100% more on price. It was strategic. It was for profit. It was done on purpose.
There's some pretty dark times we're starting to face in this country. That's the truth. The fact is, every day you're going to be hit by an administration that's going to tell you, whether publicly or on TikTok or on Facebook or Twitter or anywhere else, they're going to tell you that they picked up a bunch of migrants in this city and that city or any other city. They're going to tell you, oh, we picked up some cartel person, which may or may not be true. We won't know what's really truthful in that space. But here's what I can tell you, is that what we won't hear about every day, and this is where you were lied to by this man, we will not hear that the price of eggs have gone down, because they haven't. You can't fucking do it. We won't hear that our auto insurance has gone down, because he can't do it. We won't hear that, our health care is going down, because he won't do it, because he doesn't care about those things. You see, he only cares on hanging on to power and money. And so here's the thing. We live in a country where we, like every other first world country, can give us free health care. But these Republicans in this state, in Texas and beyond, and in the White House, refuse to do anything that sounds like free health care. We deserve it. We pay for it. It's our money, man. We deserve free health care in this country. We live in a country that can give every person free trade school or college if we wanted to. We pay that much in taxes. It's our money. And so to the Trumpers out there, figure it out. You've been lied to, you've been screwed over, you've been bamboozled every day by a man that wants nothing more than money for himself, and screw you. Oh, but I forgot, he's going to give you a tax cut. In a few months, they're going to propose a tax cut. For all the working class, it might give us $400, $500, $600, maybe $700. But I promise you, that doesn't equal the screwing that you're going to get at the grocery store. It's not going to equal the screwing that you get when you pay your auto insurance or your health care insurance or your home insurance, or the screwing that you get at the hospital or the clinic or the pharmacy. We deserve so much more from government. Abraham Lincoln, pretty goddamn good Republican. He said the government should do the things that we cannot do. Well, I can't heal myself. I'm not a doctor. I can't insure us all. But guess what? Government can. Government can. But you won't hear this president talk about these things. You're just going to hear about some bullshit migrant immigration story that they're overrunning this country. The fact is, they're just doing the jobs that you don't want to do and the jobs that you don't want your kids to do. But that's fine. You go along with this bullshit. And until you figure out the truth, we won't be able to straighten out this country.
They literally cut my food stamp card off. Zero balance. They took everything. So I told my husband, and he says to me, as I'm crying, and he says to me, well, maybe I'll lose some weight now. God, why did I vote for him? I didn't know this was going to happen. I can't go get a job. Is there anybody out there that can help me, please?
Well, what do we have here? Not the brunette sister of the Princess Bride albino crying about food stamps. I'm even gonna skip past your husband's toxic energy. Talk about the fact you can't just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I did manage to go through this creator's account, and boy, honey, you are on TikTok a lot. There are so many reposts. You know what you could do with all that time if you stop being on TikTok? You'd probably get a job. What's crazy about this algorithm is that sometimes you end up on the wrong side of TikTok, and you weren't on our side of TikTok where we were telling you Donald Trump does not care about poor people. Asking for help is wild. You have over 100,000 followers somehow on this account, so you're monetizing this content. You know what you're doing. This is giving, well, this is actually giving exactly the people that Donald Trump wants to cut off, the people who want handouts. Meanwhile, there's immigrants and people that are working hard to contribute to this country, but no, you just want to be able to stay at home. You know what? I send you my concepts of thoughts and prayers, and I guess also concepts of food stamps. And also, dump your husband.
I just saw a video of a Trumper on here. You've probably seen it. And he's basically like, I voted for Trump. These tariffs are killing me as a small business owner. I need some help. Some Democrats in the comments are trolling him, of course. And someone commented like, I love this for you. And the Trumper replied via video. And he was like, oh, you love this for me, blah, blah, blah. What the fuck did you expect? We told you this, and we got called elitist. We told you the impact tariffs have on the economy, and you were like, you guys think you're so smart? This is basic knowledge. So the guy makes the video back, and he's like, I knew Trump was going to tariff. I thought it would push people to build in the USA. I'm going to explain this to you like you're 5. Have you ever watched Shark Tank, okay? And a product's on there, and the sharks go, why is it so expensive? And the person goes, it's made in the USA. Why do you think they say that? Why do you... Everything's more expensive in the United States. That's why we get things internationally. And as a small business owner, I'm surprised you don't know that. You didn't think this would start a trade war, huh? Like last time? And last time was significantly less than all the tariffs he's doing this time. Like, you don't get to play victim, okay? You were warned, you ignored it. Now you're paying the consequences for voting without knowing how things work.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Anthony, and today I'm enjoying a nice evening. And before we continue any further, tell us in the comment section about the state of affairs in your state, city, district, or county. Because Trump claims that gas prices have lowered. He claims that grocery prices have lowered. Also, inform us on the issue of federally qualified health centers in your place, and maybe the benefits that are remaining in terms of free healthcare if you have a disabled kid or if you are maybe of old age. So tell us in the comment section, and tell us your thoughts about should we have free healthcare in this country.
They built a bunch of shitty box colonials out of cheap materials and convinced you all that this is what you wanted, that this was luxury and that this was the American dream. Why did we stop building homes like this? Look how welcoming that is. Nice front porch, beautiful architecture. You can build this new. You can build it better, more insulated, beautiful finished basement that doesn't look like where Jeffrey Dahmer hides his midnight snack. But why did we stop building homes like this? I don't understand it. Everything looks the same these days. These box colonials made out of cheap materials that everybody seems to love. I know you all fall in love with the interiors of those homes because of their open concept floor plans. You can have the same thing in this. Look how welcoming this looks. Beautiful front porch, nice fall day. Doesn't get better than this. This is a much nicer home. This is welcoming. It's warm. This is someplace you want to come home to after work. Not one of those cheap, ugly things. And why don't we have front porches anymore? Look at that. Now, I know a lot of us don't want to see our neighbors when we wake up or when we're having a nice, quiet evening on the front porch. Well, I guess that answers that question. And honestly, it's not just about the money. Because you can build something like this for a similar price to what they're building those other homes are. This is a cultural shift in what we desire. I don't know about you guys, and call me old-fashioned, but I'd much rather this.
Now, what I'm about to say may piss a lot of landlords off, but I don't really care at all. But I'm going to read to y'all the qualifications that this person wants for this house. And it ain't an amazing ass house. We're not talking about anything super expensive. The rent, like I said, is $16.95, $40 application fee per adult. They want you to make 3.5 times the rent. Standard, for whatever reason, is 3 times the rent. When majority of Americans don't even make 3 times a $1,600 a month rent. I don't know where people just get up and be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna make this a national standard that people have to make 3 times the rent amount. Majority of people can afford 2 times the rent on a specific basic home like this, but this person is going even further. They don't want you to have 3 times the rent. They want you to have 3.5 times the rent. They want the last 2 years of your W-2s, the last 3 months of your check stub, driver's license or ID, social security card. They want you to make 2 months worth of rent as your security deposit before you even move in, and you have to have a credit score of at least a 670. I'm trying to tell you off the bat, that disqualifies so many people from being able to be in a home that is decent. Let's add that up, why don't we? Off the rip, you have to pay first month's rent, $16.95. You have to pay $40 application fee per adult, and let's just say the standard adult is 2 adults, right? You have to pay, if you have a pet, which majority of people in Houston do have pets, dogs, it's a $250 non-refundable fee per pet. So let's just say you have a pet. We're going to add that up. And then you have to make 2 months of the rent to equal the amount of the security deposit. So that's $16.95 times 2. All right. And on top of that, we're not even talking about your utilities and all the things that you have set up. They want you to have rental insurance before you move in. Standard rental insurance is probably about $25 a month. Let's just say that. Before you can even move into this house, sitting in a savings account somewhere or just idle money, you already got to come off of this amount of money. I don't know at what point we stop being human, though. Even as an investor and a landlord, at what point did we stop being human and we say money trumps everything, including people? I don't get it.
What a beautiful day in the neighborhood to be a New Yorker, especially if you are a New Yorker who voted for Zoran. Let me tell you why you need to be patting yourself on the motherfucking back right now. Did you know that within minutes of Zoran getting that win, securing that clutch Democratic nomination on Tuesday night, that real estate workers, real estate agents immediately started getting flooded with calls from buyers stating that they are no longer interested in investing in any property in New York City, baby? They want to look for places outside of New York City. Did you know that? So a luxury real estate broker by the name of Ryan Surrent, right, states that his biggest priority now, his number one job is going to be moving people out of New York City and into Florida. Florida, I'm so sorry, but these motherfuckers gotta go. He states, excuse my dog in the background. He states that because of the results, aka Zoran's win, right, that clients are going to be holding off on making any type of investments here in New York City, any type of property investments. That's the shit I like to hear. That's what I want to hear. Rent can finally maybe be affordable again. Make the city black again. We finna make the city black again, y'all. We finna make the city brown and black again. I'm so proud. You know what this means, though? He needs to win. He needs to win, because if him just securing, Zoran I'm talking about, if Zoran just securing the Democratic nomination and the preliminaries made it so that these people already are like, hold up, we don't want to invest here. They're not racist enough for me here anymore. We got to make him win. We got to make him win. So to all my fellow states out there, like Georgia, Florida, California, that's also dealing with housing crisis. You're also dealing with a housing crisis in your state. This is what you need to do. You need to find a candidate that literally makes it a part of their campaign to address your housing issues, because that's what Zoran did. And because we decided to vote him in and he got that nominee, guess what? All of these investors, they don't want to come invest over here anymore, because we voted for a candidate who's going to be fighting for our rights. Take notes.
I just spent $197 at the grocery store, and I don't even know what I bought. I walked in for eggs, milk, and maybe a treat if I was feeling wild. I walked out with financial trauma and a receipt that looks like a CVS scroll of shame. break it down. $6.49 for a dozen eggs that I have to handle like I'm smuggling Fabergés. Milk, $4.29 for a jug of future regret because I know I'm going to forget it's in the fridge until it's chunky. Bread, why is it $5.79 now? What part of this loaf is artisanal? It's white bread. It has one job. And don't get me started on produce. I grabbed 3 apples and the self-checkout told me that'll be $8.12. I didn't buy heirloom jewelry. I brought fruit. Why are bell peppers sold like they're concert tickets? Oh, sorry. The red one is premium seating. And then I made the mistake of walking down the snack aisle. One bag of chips, $4.79, and 85% of it is air. Honestly, the most affordable part of the experience. Want a frozen pizza? That'll be $9.99 for the privilege of disappointment in a circle. So yeah, $197 later, I'm home with 3 bags of groceries, a new fear of inflation, and a carton of milk that expires tomorrow. The only thing that was free was my sadness, and I bagged that one myself. Tag someone who needs to start a garden with me because we can't live like this.
Have a family, I would like to know how much you're spending in groceries. Like, what does your monthly grocery budget look like? Because my husband and I sat down the other day to do our monthly budget, and we just had to increase it by an additional $200 because I noticed a huge price increase in meat. We shop at Costco, and we used to get the steaks, and they were like $50. I think it came in a pack of 3. It was $83 the last time that we went to Costco. And I was telling him, I said, you know what? Whether or not you can afford to buy chicken, beef, steak, like that's going to be a sign of wealth. Like meat is going to be for wealthy people. Sure enough, I started to see videos of people saying that they are cutting back on buying meat because it is too expensive. Like this one lady, she was saying that she was spending $1,200 a month on food. So she just got tuna so she can make tuna casserole, or she got ground turkey instead of ground beef. And that's because like meat is the most expensive part of your budget. And when people really can't afford to buy food, that's the first thing to go. Feels like we are being priced out of necessities, not even luxury items at this point. And they probably think, you know what, they could just have beans instead. Okay, well, they can't have chicken, they can have beans. It's the same thing, they wouldn't even notice.
If you have watched this video to the end, thank you. I appreciate you as being my loyal fan. Now, let's discuss. I believe that it's deliberate. Our government doesn't provide free health care for the citizens, Democrats and Republicans alike. It's deliberate. We are in a crony capitalism system, not capitalism, a crony capitalism system whereby corporates believe in maximum reaping of earth resources without benefiting humans equally, and then to a point whereby when you become old and effective, because you are considered as a resource who must be exploited, when you become old and effective, you are pushed aside in the name of retirement, and a young and robust population replaces you to continue oiling this machine. So it's deliberate that when you grow old, the system cannot afford you. The system cannot take care of you. So you must die. It's designed that way. If you are old, ineffective, you must get out of the system. Our healthcare is a joke. My neighbor was hospitalized. 3 days. The bill came up to an upwards of $87,000 US. The other one went for a 4 hours surgery. The bill came to $97,000 US. Were they doing a brain transplant? Why do I have to spend my annual salary on just 3 days of medical checkup? Why? My neighbor, another neighbor of mine, went to the hospital. When the bill of items came, there was an item, oxygen, for $50. Which oxygen? Atmospheric? These bills alone are a death sentence. Now tell me, why countries like Romania have medical bills 500 times lower than us? Countries like Bosnia in Eastern Europe, they can afford to some extent free healthcare. Why can't we? Welcome to the land of the free, whereby housing prices have doubled over the past 20 years. Every day, I see these real estate companies, corporates or whatever, name them, organizations, name them. They do construction. New buildings are coming up, but they are empty. And they are being empty by design to keep real estate prices higher. Rent, mortgage in this country is inflated. It's inflated. Why prices are increasing when the demand is constant? Every day I walk around my neighborhood, I see new buildings coming up, new buildings coming up. The demand is constant. Sometimes no one is buying these homes because the young generation are opting to live with their parents. So why are prices increasing when in the real sense demand is still constant? Or maybe tell me where you come from. Is the demand of housing constant or increasing or lowering? Tell me in the comment section. And we have done old Trump every time. When he gets a chance to address the nation, he says, I've lowered the gas prices, grocery prices are lower, egg prices are lower. It was never about eggs, it was never about gas, because none of that has changed a bit since he came into power. Nothing has changed. It's pretty constant. Trump has no incentive of making your life, your lives, or whatever easier, or the cost of your daily products cheaper. He has no incentives because these corporates made him the president. They funded his campaigns, they funded everything. So he has no incentive whatsoever. Because I'm come to look into it, only 4 companies in United States run the beef industry. Like, the other day I checked, 5 retail chains in US run 80% of retail business in United States. And in the 90s, what people used to do, they used to shop at their local grocery stores, at their local retail chains, but these retail chains have edged these small chains out of business and they run the country. So Trump has no incentive whatsoever. Trump is the corporate, Trump is the landlord, Trump is the lobbyist. So until the next video, thank you for your attention to this matter.